Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's video, we'll be talking about some very actionable steps that you could take to move into your big girl, big boy era to become that productive person you've wanted to become and to go ahead and take that big step that you've always wanted to take. I know that it's very common that you wake up some days and look at people living a really productive life and you admire them, you want to be like them, but you do not know where to start from. Yes, you've heard tons of advice on how to become like them, but you do not know what to do tomorrow morning when you wake up. So I'm here today to tell you what to do tomorrow morning when you wake up so that in the days ahead, you will be a lot of steps closer to becoming the girl, the boy, the young man, the young lady that you've always wanted to be and become more productive and satisfied with yourself. And let's get to it. The first step that I would advise is that when you wake up tomorrow morning, you identify 2 or 3 people in your environment who are living the lifestyle that you want to live, be it on social media or people that you know in person or people that you have just encountered at your school, at your workplace, at your church, wherever. You identify these people. When you've identified these people, you approach them. You approach them, and first of all, I would love to say that it would be a great idea to start by acknowledging that you admire what they do, you admire how productive they are, you admire how the type of lifestyle that they lead. And when you've done that, now you could go ahead and ask them a few tips, nothing too complicated or nothing too particular. You could ask them what motivates them to keep doing what they are doing, and what at which point in their life did they feel like, did they change? Where had they always been like this, or did something motivate them to change? And what was their motivation for the change? And the big advice here is to connect with the people that you admire, connect with the people that inspire you. Just get to chat with them, and then after chatting with them, you're going to feel more inspired to go ahead and do those things that you have been holding back from. Next thing that I would love to say is you want to get into reading books, because yes, there's a whole lot of advice out there. You can learn from a whole lot of experiences from different people. But when you hold a book, it's an opportunity for you to learn from the experiences of another person. If you're ready to step into your big girl, big boy era, tomorrow morning you pick up a book and you start reading, preferably self-development. Thing, you would have to pick up that pen and write down that idea that you've had. Write down where you want to see yourself. Maybe let's not make it too big. Maybe in the next 2 months, just write it down, and then you try breaking it down into actionable steps. Okay, I want to be able to start a YouTube channel in 2 months' time. What do I need? I'm going to need a background, or I'm going to at least need to learn to create a fake background. I'm going to need to learn to do thumbnails. I'm going to need some filming equipment. Write them down into actionable steps, and then ask yourself what you have to do to get these things done. So that tomorrow morning when you wake up, you might not be waking up to start a YouTube channel tomorrow morning, but just waking up to Google about how to create a fake YouTube background is already a step closer to your goals, and you are already in it. You might not seem to have the results as big as other people, but just the fact that you have started is a big deal. It's a very, very big deal, because starting is very difficult. After you have started, you will now have new problems. Staying consistent, after staying consistent, you have bigger problems, but at that point you realize that you now belong. You are in that big girl era. You are not that productive person who has problems that are no longer centered around how to start, but who has problems that are centered around how to continue and how to maintain excellence. If you're ready to step into your big girl era, you should probably invite something bigger than you. You should probably invite something that you can always look up to. Yes, that is very important, because it's not all the time that you're going to be able to sustain yourself, that you're going to be able to keep going. And that for me is inviting God to start it with me, because you cannot start something without God and want him to continue it with you, or want him to round it up for you. No, you have to let him in the beginning. Right now, I'll ask you to use just a few seconds to like this video and comment and subscribe to my channel if this is your first time. Turn on the notification bell so that when I post content that is similar to this, you're going to get notified and you don't miss out on anything. Also, share this video to your friends and family if you find it useful. Thank you. And now, if you're ready to step into your big girl shoe, you should also understand that big girl shoe, big boy shoe come with big issues. They come with bigger problems. So you're going to have to prepare yourself mentally. You're going to have to prepare yourself psychologically. You're going to have to prepare yourself physically, also spiritually. And about the books, I talked about personal development books first because I understand that you're going to need to have a strong mind. You're going to need to be mentally very healthy, psychologically very healthy to take on the big girl rules and the big girl obstacles that are going to come your way. So that is why I started with those. You might consider starting with those as well. And voila, you're ready to step into your big girl era as from right after this video. So I hope that this content was helpful and that tomorrow I'm going to get comments like your video helped me to get on to start doing the big things that I wanted to start doing with my life, and that your video helped me, gave me the courage and the push that I needed to go on and start. You do not need to have it all figured out in the beginning. Just start. Just start. After you start, now you're going to have problems on how to make it work. You're going to have problems on how to continue doing it. And those are problems that are different from the problems that you had yesterday before you watched this video. So just start. Don't worry too much about how you're going to get it all done, because worrying too much is going to scare you and stop you from taking the very easy steps that you could take tomorrow morning or even today after watching this video. So don't worry about that. And that was it on today's episode of Dreams to Dollars with Dinta. I hope to see you next time and stay blessed.